go, but I think that was the wrong one. I got to get him to make one for the world soccer betting geniuses. So we're live here on Capital Sports and Twitch. I'm sure we'll have some followers on Twitch soon. How'd you do this weekend?
I didn't really give out too many plays. I didn't like the board too much. I got Napoli'd a few times, which I was not happy about. Club Brugge Napoli'd me on Sunday morning, so not a good one.
I had a couple parlays. I had one on United, Milan, Kansas City Chiefs, and the 49ers. Milan scored in the 91st minute. United scored in the 93rd minute. And the 49ers went down to the last minute. So Chiefs won easy. So I was a little worried about that. So I hit a couple parlays, which is nice. Hit two parlays on Saturday. I forget which ones they were. Because we had to buy shoes. I had to buy new shoes for the kids and all the people, and I had to make sure I won, so I won that. That was good. But yeah, now look today. See what there was today. Chelmsford. I don't know if you have Barnet over Chelmsford today or
no.
Esther. The Premier League in Portugal played today. That's a little bit weird. Both the Eredivisie games went over. Young Ajax and Den Bosch was 4-4. Those games are just like constant overs. It's so crazy. The Santa Clara played Estrela today. I don't understand why they played today. I guess none of those players are going to the World Cup anywhere.
Yeah, they definitely got to plan it in a way like that. Put the two bad teams on the Monday right before the World Cup.
That's interesting. I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't look too much at the table today. Estrela in 12th. Who they play? Santa Clara. Where are they in the table? Doing all right. Yeah, it's just a weird game. I don't know. Probably would have watched if I'd known it was on. But
yeah, actually, I did see a bit of it. I think Santa Clara was even losing 1-0.
What about that? They were.
Yeah, there was nothing else going on.
It's crazy.
In the afternoon, I didn't bet it. Just monitored it.
I didn't see what the score of this Eagles game is already. 14-7.
14-7 Eagles. It's about to be 14-10.
And the over. That's looks like it's a lock at this point.
Washington's going for it on 4th down.
Hold on one second. All right. Yeah. Our guy Jim was talking about watch parties for this, but it's like I don't know if I guess we could do it for the 2:00 games, but I don't really want to do it if USA is playing or something like this. I think I'm just gonna watch the games and just. I don't think we need watch parties, to be honest. I'm not Mark Goldbridge here. But have you started to look at any of the games or any of the futures or anything yet for the World Cup?
Oh yeah, I've been all over these futures. I haven't really looked so much at the games yet. I was going to do that this week, start getting some plays out there for these first games.
Yeah, it's interesting because this Qatar Ecuador line keeps going up. Like Ecuador was like plus 105. Now it's like plus 135. And you're just like, I don't understand really why. Maybe because
Well, the home advantage.
Maybe they know the fix is in or
Like,
something.
that's what I mean, right? Like I'm almost afraid to bet on Qatar games.
Yeah, Ecuador should win this game pretty easily, I think. I mean, not easily, maybe 1-0 easily, but Ecuador is clearly the better team here. But
Yeah, I honestly don't even know if I want to bet it. I feel like just staying away from these Qatar games just because they're the host nation, and I don't know, anything can happen.
the problem is I don't love the England-Iran game just because I don't know if I like England -1.5 in that game.
I would lean the other way, Iran plus the 1.5.
Yeah, I agree. And the Senegal Netherlands game, if I know Mane's playing, I might say the same thing. I might go. I have the Asian line yet. Senegal and draw is like +140. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that or Senegal +1.5. I don't see that. Where's the Asian handicap for this game? Handicap betting. Senegal +0.5 is +130. Yes. What's Senegal? Senegal +1. Netherlands to win and both teams to score is +290. I just we'll look more into these games later in the week. Obviously the games that'll go Sunday and Monday. But today really just wanted to look through and look at some of these futures. Which futures were you looking at?
Well, what, for just the whole tournament?
Yeah, I have a few I like kind of targeted here.
Yeah, I got a few all over. It all depends, right? To win the group, some other ones. If we're talking just outright, I mean,
No.
I like
Brazil. We could wait to give that out till Friday. I know you're gonna. I only think 3 or 4 teams legitimately can win it.
I agree with that. I don't have it's definitely not a long list. It's like 2 or 3 for me.
Yeah, because I was talking about this earlier in the other show, and to win the tournament, you got to get out of the group. Then you got to win. In theory, you could draw 4 games, but you got to win 4 penalty shootouts. It's just you're not winning 4 penalty shots in a row. At some point, it'll go against you. But you got to go through 4 decent teams. I mean, you could the first game could be a little bit easier, but from the quarterfinals on, you're playing England. France plays England probably. If the seeds go to what they should be, France will play England in the quarterfinals. The bracket's going to be tough. Like Germany and Netherlands will play. Portugal will play. Maybe Serbia in the round of 16. Maybe it's just hard, man. Belgium. There's only probably 3 or 4 teams, and that's stretching it, that could probably win 4 games. And the reason they're up here in the odds is because of that, and because they have a striker. But the thing that I liked, let's start with top goal scorer, because top goal scorer and Golden Boot, I think 2 separate things, because I think Golden Boot includes assists and stuff like that, in number of games, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna start out here with a doozy right down the list. I'm gonna go to a +7,000 name, 1 through 4, and I'll give you this is even better. You're telling me he can be top 4. Alexander Mitrovic from Serbia at +7,000, and if he's in the top 4, it's +1,500. When you look at Serbia's group standings. Sorry. Serbia is going to play. I'm not sure. Serbia is going to play Switzerland, Cameroon, and Brazil. So, I mean, if he gets like a hat trick against Cameroon, I mean, he scores goals. And they get through. Say they somehow get through, and then they play Portugal. If they get knocked out by Portugal, or somehow with Portugal imploding because Ronaldo's a jerk off.
Did you hear Bayern's got some interest in him now?
I don't understand why anybody would take this guy right now. There's no has these teams watched him play? He kills the whole team. I mean, I don't know, man.
He needs to go back to Italy, play with a slower paced team,
or Portugal. Yeah, Chelsea wants him too. Great, that'll be good. That'll ensure we finish above Chelsea. But like this guy Mitrovic, if Serbia could get to the quarterfinals, it'd be because of his goals. He could score goals, and even against Brazil, I mean, he might get a goal. He's on fire with Fulham. So, you're telling me you got to get him at plus 7,000 and then plus 1,500 to finish top 4. And that, he's the kind of guy that could get a hat trick against Cameroon. And Cameroon's not one of the better teams here. Like, he could easily, 5 goals usually does it. Could he get to 5 goals? Yeah, if he gets a hat trick against Cameroon, of course he could. At plus 7,000, to me, that offers me some pretty good value. Obviously, I was talking about this earlier. If you're going to bet the top goals, your top scorer, you got to have somebody that's taking the penalties that you get, which is, and they're going to probably be deep into the tournament. It doesn't necessarily have to be to the final. But, that's why I think you see Harry Kane, because he takes the penalties. You got Benzema and Mbappe from France. I don't know. They're both the same, there's who's taking the penalties, who's going to score the goals. Messi's not really like a goal scorer anymore. He's more of like a setup kind of guy. Neymar with Brazil is obviously interesting. Ronaldo's a bum. Like, do you kind of see anybody on that list that you like here?
Yeah, so I see what you're saying with Mitrovic. I like the angle just because I do think Serbia gets out of the group stage. But my issue with it is once they get out of the group stage, how deep does Serbia really go into this tournament? And as you mentioned, for a bet like this, I would be looking for a team that I know has a good chance of going all the way to the finals. So,
honestly, 5 games, 6 games, something like that. Semi-final.
Yeah. So somebody I'd be looking at is, maybe Richarlison at the plus 3,300, because I think I don't know if Neymar is necessarily going to be the goal scorer for Brazil. It might even be Gabriel Jesus.
You know who else from that team I like a little bit is Vinicius.
Yeah, Vinicius Jr. He's been scoring like every time. Him and Benzema are all of Real Madrid's offense, and when Benzema's up, he just makes it up.
Yep, that's the kind of people maybe Morata, because somebody's got to score for Spain.
Yeah, I was even looking at Memphis Depay because I think Netherlands has a chance to go pretty deep into the tournament.
Somebody's got to score for them.
Exactly right. The team, and they score a lot of goals. Like if you look at their
Gakpo's up there too.
So, yeah, I know you love your Gakpo.
Yeah. He's like. That's the thing with these teams that don't have a number 9. Like, somebody's got to score the goals if they're going to go deep into the tournament. So, I'm always trying to find that person. Like,
the only scary thing with Brazil is there's so much talent on their forward and midfield. The goals could come from anywhere. That's the other problem you get with Brazil. Like, yeah, they check the box of they got the best talent, and they check the box of they could go all the way to the finals and win the tournament. But the other thing is, the talent's so spread out, they could easily get a goal from Neymar, you get a goal from Richarlison, you get a goal from some of these midfielders.
Here's the top scorers, by the way, in the last. I don't care about what they do. I care about by the tournament, man.
And, I would almost even.
There we go.
I would almost even give Ronaldo a look because, as you said, who takes the penalties for Portugal? And I do think Portugal has a pretty decent team. They definitely have the players around him to get him the ball. So
this guy's Just Fontaine scored 13 goals in the 1958 World Cup. and only won the bronze ball, man. It's ridiculous.
The bronze ball, yeah. So I guess it's the golden ball, and then there's just top scorer. So what do you have to do to win the golden ball then? So it has to do with
Pele probably won that, to be honest.
Is there assists too? They count assists.
Golden ball is the best player.
Just the best player. It's like MVP.
The golden boot is assists, and it has to do with the amount of games played. Like if you're tied on 5 goals, like if you look here, like the top scorer here, top scorer is one thing, but the golden boot is a separate kind of award. Like, so when you look, at, Eusebio had 10, Gerd Muller had 7, but since then, the goals have been kind of down a little bit, other than that freak Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, then the freaky 8, then 5, 5, 6, 6. But Brazil, Colombia didn't win the tournament. I think they played 5 games. So they got to the quarters. Harry Kane won it last time playing 6 games, so quarters. In South Africa, it was all players that got to either the final or the 3rd place game. They all played 7 games. The year before that, the 3 before that, they played 7 games, and in Italy, 7 games. The Russian guy scored 6 goals.
He was their whole offense, man.
So you want to look for players that are going to go deep into the tournament. 5 or of lately, it hasn't been finalists.
Yeah, it looks like you don't really need too many goals. It's just 6, like 6 really.
5 or 6 will win it. Yeah, that's the thing. So I mean, that's it. If you find a guy that can score, that's why I like Mitrovic a little bit, because like if you go through and you try to find some of these groups where there's bad teams, like Argentina, Mexico, Poland, like Lewandowski. If Poland gets through and he scores like 3 goals against Saudi Arabia or something like that, all of a sudden he's got a chance to win the Golden Boot. If Sadio Mane scores 3 goals against Qatar, or Mitrovic scores 3 goals against Cameroon, or Neymar scores 3 goals, all of a sudden those guys can win a Golden Boot. What's good, guys? How you get on over the weekend? Yeah, Foxy, I had 3 or 4 parlays, a couple combined, a couple did all right. I don't bet a lot, man. I post them on Twitter. I bet $50 or sometimes $30 or something like that. So, it limits what I win. But if I bet 50 and win $300, it's fine, man. I don't even care. My goal, I don't know if I've said this or not before on the show. Maybe I have, but my goal used to be just to win $50. If I could win $50 a day, I'd be happy. If I could hit 2 $20 bets and be up $50, by the end of the week, it's $350. By the end of the month, it's $1,400. Pays off whatever, all my bills. Then I don't even care. It's happy. I'm not trying to be. I could probably get greedy and stuff, but I think sometimes when you try to get a little bit greedy when you're betting, that's when you get a little sloppy and you start going all over the place. Like all these guys, this kid I know that used to be the intern, I mean, he wins a bet, and the first thing he does is go out and throw down, hey, I'm gonna go pay $100 on scratch offs. I'm like, what? Dude, what are you doing? You just won. Like, just take your money. But I can't do that. So it's a little bit crazy. But yeah, and then you didn't really bet too much because there's players out, right?
I didn't like the board. I didn't know how each team was gonna come play on the weekend. You never know.
I hit a parlay with Newcastle. Who did I have Saturday? I had a good. It was. This thing, man, you can never go backwards on this stupid app. Saturday, I had Newcastle. I wish I had Brentford at plus 1,600.
My God, Man City. I blame you. You put your little Man United hex on Man City. Ever since you said they weren't going to lose a single game all year, all of a sudden they've lost like 2 now. What
Played
are you?
terrible, man.
What are you? Are you like ripping a page out of Giselle's book, putting a little Man United hex on this team?
That's right. You know what? I had Newcastle Arsenal money line, and they're I think Arsenal was -1, and I had them with I think I had them with Napoli money line. I just took Napoli money line.
Man, I had a -1, and they had a 3-0 lead going into the 80th minute. Like absolute jokes. And Club Brugge did the same thing to me yesterday. They had a 2-0 lead. 75th minute, give up goal. 78th minute, penalty. 2-2, final score.
Drives me nuts. I wish I gotta get one of these. I gotta get into one of those. I think you said Bet 365 where it pays out if you go up by 2 goals, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I definitely got to get that because
they probably have it for the World Cup too. Yeah,
had a decent weekend, won 2 parlays and a bet builder on the Newcastle game, which also won me 200 in free bets to use on World Cup. Yeah, that's great, man.
Put it all into futures now.
Yeah. So what other futures you like? Top assists. I think that. How do you know that? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, going back to the top goal scorers, yeah, I know you hate him, but I would give Ronaldo a look at plus 1,600 just because he's taking the penalties for Portugal, and I think Portugal has a decent team to go somewhat deep into the tournament. So
is he going to play though?
I would think he would. He wants to play at Man United. He came out and said all this crap about feeling betrayed by them. So this is what I mean. He played in the Nations League games. I can't see Portugal disrespecting him like that, especially when it could be his last World Cup, just like Messi. Like, has he announced it yet?
I don't know.
Like, there's no way he's playing again in 4 years. There's no way. It has to be his last World Cup. How old is he now?
Who the hell is Akram Afif?
Oh, that's must be Qatar's leading goal scorer, probably. I don't know don't know too many of the Qatar players because I think they play in the the AFC leagues, probably.
Yeah, Akram Afif to score over half a goal is even, like basically -110. Mitrovic to score over half a goal is -305. I don't even know why they have half a goal.
But is this just in the tournament in general or in the first game?
In the tournament. Yep.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Mitrovic is going to score. If Serbia, I think, gets out of the group, and if Serbia gets out of the group, he's going to be a large majority of their offense.
Yes, 100%. 100%. You can bet on these markets, which I like a little bit. Sometimes I like the markets a little more than you can get France at basically the same money to be winner or runner up, which I think is crazy to me.
Winner or runner up. Well, I don't know. I don't know if France. I don't know how I feel about France, man.
Yeah, Foxy, I wish he would have knocked him out too while he was there. This guy, the thing about this whole thing is like, you go to Piers Morgan, like, come on, man. Like, Piers Morgan, like, that's who you go to? I know they're, like, buddies and stuff, but, like, that's kind of lame, man. That guy's hacking phones and stuff. Like, he's not, like, I don't know. It's just weird. Ali Reza, Jahan Bakash, markets. There was one I liked. Chushmeni, no. Brendan Aronson markets. Aronson over half a goal is plus 170. That's not bad. Yeah. You get him basically at minus 115 to score in the tournament. I mean, I don't know if Cutter's going to score here, but, I would think he's going to be the one that scores if they do. I'm sure he'll take a penalty.
That's what I mean. I'm sure there's going to be. That's why I don't want to bet on the game. I'm sure it's going to be some kind of shifty call
Like Eric Choupo-Moting is over half a goal to be scored. This guy, every game he plays, he scores. Like once again, I don't know if Cameron's going to win these games or not.
And that's why I was so shocked about the Ronaldo to Bayern news today, or the rumor anyway, because I was like,
Choupo-Moting goes the other way.
I was like, they're starting to find something with Choupo-Moting. I don't know why they would want to mess that up. He's been scoring a lot for Bayern in the last few games.
I think he's out of contract. I know United wants him, so maybe
United wants everybody. Like, you guys are buying up half. Just stop it.
What's the odds for Enter Valencia goals? Yeah, we're trying to win titles, man. Enter Valencia. Let's see.
What is that? I'm guessing, is that Ecuador? I'm guessing.
There you go. Over 1.5 plus 150, under 1.5 minus 215. That's one of the ones. Like, how is Enter Valencia like over 1.5 when Mitrovic is? I just don't think. I think people are a little bit sleeping on the Serbia team. I think they're sleeping on them a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think they get out of the group for sure, and you're getting them at plus money to get out of the group. That was one of the futures I was looking at, because Switzerland. You know, I don't think Switzerland's that good a team, and they play more defensively. If they try to sit out a draw with Serbia, I think they're gonna get burned by that attack.
The other thing too is, now if Portugal does implode, like France usually tries to do, you know, they could. I'm telling, Serbia could beat them. Serbia's not bad. This is a good team. I don't know if they will.
I have Denmark winning the group over France. I think France, because we just saw Denmark beat them twice in the last 4 months in the Nations League, and Denmark, they play France a lot over the last 2 years. Like, they're always getting put in the same groups as them. So I think they're very familiar.
France and Denmark are in the same group in a major tournament, France has won the tournament every single time.
Really? So what is this, like a flashback to 2018 now?
1984, 1998, 2000, 2018. Every time. France and Denmark are in the same group. Let me see if I can find that stat.
Wow. Wasn't that squashed in the Euro Cup, though? I think I remember hearing that during the Euros. I feel like they were in the same group in the Euro Cup.
Last time?
Yeah, like the one we just had. I swear they were in the same group, unless the stat only applies to World Cups. But if we're talking like major competitions, I feel like I heard that stat. No, they weren't. It was Denmark, Finland, Belgium, Russia. My bad.
Are they?
France was in the group of death with Portugal, Germany, and Hungary.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. What? Oh, yeah, and
the Euros,
yeah. So every time in a major tournament, France has won the tournament. That's one of the reasons. I mean, France. Look, when you look at these rosters, Denmark and France go through, but Tunisia will get them both a tough battle. Yeah, look, Foxy, I'll be honest. I think when you look at, there's a couple. The two African teams I actually like a little bit are not the teams from below the equator. It's the teams, the North African teams. Tunisia's tough, and that Morocco team, man. I just, if Morocco plays, I think Morocco plays.
They're favored over Canada to get out of the group. Canada is literally like the doggy of the group.
Yeah, they're I'm trying to see where's the games? Who plays first in that group? Morocco plays Croatia first. If Morocco could get a result somehow, just a draw or something, and they could get through. I don't know if they will. I think Morocco is going to be tough to play against, and like Foxy said, I think Tunisia is going to be tough to play against in those games, man. Tunisia plays Denmark first game. The first game is always tough because I think it's a little different this time. because the people come in, the players come in game shape. You know, they're in the middle of their season here. It's not at the end of the season when players are banged up and whatever. I mean, I know the seasons never end here, but you know, it's like
Just look at Brazil.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the teams never end. So
what season? There's no such thing as a season.
They never really get any time off. But sometimes when the World Cup's in the summer, you know, these guys have been done playing, you know, for a month or whatever, or they're racing to get back and they're not like completely healthy here. Like I think these guys here, you know, they just played, you know, Christian Eriksen just played on Sunday. So, you know, he's going to be in pretty decent shape here. Morocco, Iran, Ecuador, Serbia are the 4 teams that people are underestimating. 100%, Foxy. Iran is 20th in the world. Ecuador, I think Ecuador is going to come out in this first game and kind of like surprise some people. I really think they're a pretty good team, and they play at altitude, which is an inch, you know, tough, but you know they're very good. They finished 4th in CONMEBOL. Serbia, they're very. Mitrovic could score 5 goals in the tournament, and they could be in a quarterfinal. I wouldn't be stunned. And Morocco, they're tough, man. You know, like that's the thing. This first game, like Croatia's got to be ready to go in that first game, because if they're not, Morocco could beat them 1-0. Then all of a sudden, Croatia's on their, you know, they might be out at that point. You know, Croatia's pretty old. They got an old team. Belgium's getting older. Belgium should get through, but this Morocco team, yeah, like they have some players. I think they could surprise some people, which is interesting because, you know, Morocco to finish last in that group is plus 120. Canada is plus 100. I think Canada would easily finish last in this group. I don't think they win a game. But yeah, there's a lot of ways you can make money here. A couple of the I saw here. Tournament winner, group winner, odds boost. Look at these odds boosts. None of these are going to happen. England, Mexico, and Canada to each qualify from a group.
How the hell would Canada like even qualify, man?
Belgium, Denmark, Switzerland, or Poland to win the World Cup. No. USA, Brazil, and Argentina each to win a group. Like that's probably the closest one to happening, but I don't think, you know, you think USA could win it, so that's probably.
Yeah, you know what? I think they have a chance if England slips up.
Yeah, that's probably, you know, that's probably yours, the one that's like maybe the only one. Netherlands, Spain, France, and Croatia each to win a group.
That one's dumb.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Senegal, Ghana, or Cameroon to reach the World Cup final.
You know, I would like to bet Senegal to like be the deepest African team in the
I think in
the tournament, but I can't find a market for it at my sports book. I know in golf you can bet like top Asian player, top African, like it goes by continental like that in some of these tournaments. So I wanted to do that, bet Senegal, you know, top African team. I really think they're the best, and they probably have a chance.
You can bet on how many points each team is. You know what the crazy thing? You can bet exactly how many points each team is going to get in the group.
Yeah.
Do you think the European teams will struggle with the early games versus countries used to the conditions, climate? I think could be Foxy. The only thing that I think. I mean, these guys are going to come in really in the peak shape, I think, because they've been playing for 3 months now. So, like, I don't think conditioning is going to be as much of an issue as it would be in, like, the summer. But I think it could be an issue for some of the teams. You know, maybe like a Denmark who's just not used to playing and stuff like this. I mean, these got these weird game times. Like Denmark's going to be playing in the middle of the day over there. Any of these 5, like Saudi Arabia, Argentina. And like that's a tricky game. Argentina should smash them. But any of these 5, Morocco, Croatia, And that's a tough game for Croatia. Morocco's used to it. They're in the climate. Croatia's not. Switzerland, Cameroon. It's interesting that the 5 o'clock games are all African teams. Tunisia,
Or
Australia.
Middle Eastern teams.
How about that? Tunisia, Australia, Cameroon, Serbia. All the 5 o'clock games are African teams. Wow. There's a conspiracy for you. All the African teams are playing during the day. Look at the 8 o'clock games. Belgium, Morocco, South Korea, Ghana, Poland, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Senegal. So almost all of the Denmark, Tunisia, England, Iran, almost all of the 8 o'clock games Eastern time are African teams or Asian teams from the area, and all of the 5 a.m. It could have to do with TV as well. So,
Yeah, because I guess 2 o'clock is like what? That's like right nighttime for these European teams. That's what time they play here anyway. Most of the late games.
5:36 in the morning in Qatar right now, which is so it's 9:30 here, so 8 hours difference. So 5 a.m. is 1 p.m. over there. 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 10 p.m. So, yeah, I think that's interesting. Iran versus Wales. Yeah, that's my pick to be the upset. I don't know if there's going to be an upset in every group, but that would be my pick to be an upset in that group. Anyway, any more of these props you like?
I find there's a lot of like interesting ones. I like the ones I'm probably gonna maybe take a shot at a few of the ones where it's you pick the team to finish first and the team to finish second in their group. I think with certain groups, it's probably easier to figure out.
Yeah, here I have that.
Like Group A, I almost like the Netherlands and Senegal.
Group straight forecast: Netherlands, Senegal plus 185. Netherlands, Ecuador plus 300. Group C: Argentina, Poland plus 185. I would bet that. I like Poland, I think, to come out ahead of Mexico. Senegal midfield, too defensive, and do we know when Mane will back fit? He definitely missed his first game. Is he? I thought he was training.
Yeah, I hear he's going to play.
Might not recover in time. It might be too soon. Yeah, that changes my thoughts a little bit. Maybe if he doesn't play for the first couple games, I might go Netherlands, Ecuador plus 300 before the line changes. Senegal's pretty good. Let's not, there are still pretty good, but Mane is a special player here.
Yeah.
England, Group B, England, Wales, England, USA.
I probably wouldn't bet that group. I think there's too much possibility for anything.
France, Denmark, France.
Yeah, I think France, Denmark is probably a good one. And then I would have just Denmark as like a little side action to win the group at plus 550, see what happens there. Either way, I think he'll come out a winner in that one.
Portugal, Uruguay, Group H. That group, I don't know. That group is.
You know which one I really like?
Group G?
Group E. I like Germany first, Spain second. I don't know why Spain's even favored to win this
Plus
group.
140, yeah.
You can get Germany at plus 110 just to win the group, and I think I might just put $100 on that because I don't know. Spain's too young. Spain's too defensive. I don't think they can compete with Germany.
Yeah, I think Germany could make a deep. I go back and forth about this. I got to do my story tomorrow. I think I'm going to probably pick them to win the group and then maybe get to a semifinal. I just don't know who's going to score their goals. They should have signed Lewandowski for the tournament. Brazil, Serbia plus 225. The crazy thing about this group is
that I think
Brazil. If you took Brazil, Switzerland, and Brazil, Serbia, because Brazil's winning the group, and bet 1,000 on each, you're winning money. You're either winning $1,250 or 1,000.
Absolutely.
Like you can't not win. Like
I think I'm with you though. I would take the Serbia one. I think Serbia gets out of the group for sure. But I know what you're saying there, like because you're getting 200 plus 200 on both. Like you're laughing because it's not going to be Cameroon that finishes second. There's no way.
I don't even know what this means. Yeah, it's crazy. Group dual forecast. I guess
you know what?
Doesn't matter what position they finish. So group dual forecast. It doesn't matter what position they finish. Germany, Spain minus 600. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't like that.
It's not even really worth it for any of these groups, though, because other than that one, because there's no other. Like, who else is going to win a group? I'm saying, like, it just doesn't. I don't know. It seems easy to me which these things are going to win, but Saudi Arabia to go through second in Group C. Joe Mama tuning in from Antarctica. All right, Joe. How's the Penguins?
Yeah, Foxy, I mentioned that Saudi Arabia. I thought they had the best chance out of the Middle Eastern teams to go far, but the problem is the group they're in is like it's rough. They got to get past either Poland or Mexico because they're not going to get past Argentina.
Saudi Arabia plus 1,200 to qualify.
I'm almost torn between Poland and Mexico. I really don't know which is going to go through. I think they're kind of even in a sense.
Research is moving along slowly. Thanks for asking. Joe Mama, I know Antarctica doesn't have a team in it. You're going to be rooting for your home country there. They're not playing. They're not predicted to do much, I don't think, though. So, but yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't know if one of those North African teams get through, or Saudi Arabia is Asia, but it's basically the same geographic places, straight line as whatever. Poland will flop. Mexico always flops in World Cup. Poland. The only thing with Poland is they have Lewandowski, so I mean he could score goals. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't. That might be worth a shot at plus 1,200. Saudi Arabia to finish second, and obviously Argentina to finish first. So yeah, decent. All right, what else do we got? Bruno Fernandes markets over 1.5. Seems like a lot. He might be benched now because he embarrassed Ronaldo on TV. Valverde. Like how about this? Fede Valverde over 0.5 goal, even money. I mean, scoring goals for fun for Real Madrid until he got hurt. Joe Mama says he wants any team but Argentina to win. They don't deserve it, and neither does Messi. That's good. They're the closest. They're the closest country to Antarctica. There, Joe. They're probably trying to invade you. Yeah, Fede Valverde at over half a goal for Uruguay seems like a pretty decent play. Let's see what Harry Kane is. Over 2.5, minus 200, over 3.5. It's pretty high. It's like the highest ones I've seen here. I mean, it's not that high. He's going to score a lot of goals. But Jonathan David, over half a goal, minus 167. Yeah, Foxy, yeah, we talked about that a little bit. If Serbia goes deep, Mitrovic could do it. Who's going to take wow, Joe Mama firing shots. Who's going to take the penalties for France? Is it going to be Mbappe or is it going to be Benzema? Benzema hasn't been great with the penalties lately, so maybe it's Mbappe. Then I would take a shot with him. Who's going to take, Neymar's going to take him for Brazil. So it's interesting. Hold on. Let's see. All right. Mbappe over 3.5. Man, that's high. To me, that's crazy. Mbappe over 3.5, but Mitrovic over 0.5. It doesn't even make any sense to me. Like, where's, at least give me Mitrovic like a Benzema over 2.5. I think that's a pretty good play. At least give me like 1.5. Depay over 1.5, minus 182, over 2.5, plus 180. Hope Argentina wins now to annoy Joe. Foxy, you guys are almost neighbors. He's just a. Oh, Joe Mama's getting mad. Vincent Abubakar, Vinicius Jr., minus 143. All right. All right. Yeah, it's basically kind of our look here at the some of the different kind of wagers. We're gonna start looking at some of the games a little bit tomorrow, or maybe I don't know. Maybe some of the we'll wait to pick our winners until Friday. Here, you have to wait for that, but maybe Golden Ball, stuff like that. Keen Brown, oh, the Pennington. What's up, Keen? Oh, Joe Mama, Sean, who is this Amedeus? We're soccer betting geniuses, man.
Got to keep up with the show over the last few months.
Joe, you got to go to, where do you find your plays?
You can find my plays at bigowl.com and pickadvisor.com and even vegaswinner.com if you want to go there.
Yeah, Joe Mama. Yes, you can find his plays there. He's on a big run here, so make sure you get over there and check him out. He's a very good player here. He's like he's like that guy Skinny Betts or whatever his name is in Canada. It's Joe Mama's guy there. So yeah, what's up, Keen? How you doing, man? Just talking a little World Cup here. So yeah, listen, if you have your predictions, leave it on here. Leave it for us. We're going to be on this week. I'm not sure if the connection here allows for that, but I will try. All right, you got to get better Wi-Fi in Antarctica, man, especially with the government paying for all that stuff. So we will, we'll kind of go through all this stuff and keep going through. But listen, and leave your picks here if you want us to talk about anything, World Cup pools, whatever it is, we'll go through it. So make sure you're following us on Twitter, and we'll be back tomorrow night at 9:00 as well, and we'll go through some more. So thanks for watching us here, and we will be back. Oh, see the last guy, Foxy. Oh, Joe Mama, he's talking trash on the Capital Sports Network boards. What is going on tonight? Hey, the 9:00 time slot's a little more lively here. We got some trash talking. We got all kinds of stuff. Leave your picks so we can talk trash back and forth. All right. See you tomorrow.